All right, guys, thank you for being here. Happy Sunday. I don't know how it's the end of September, but we're here. Wild. I'm going to share my screen. My brain could work today. Where's oh, that's what happens Sundays. All right, guys, tonight we're talking all about storytelling, and I'm excited about this also to learn from Allie because she's been implementing some new things. And I know this is something that for a lot of us, we might struggle with or not know how to be consistent with. So we're going to dive right in. Just so you know what we're going over tonight, there's kind of three big things. Of course, we're always going to do recognition because you should give yourself a pat on the back for being here. So let's all give ourselves a round of applause. You're making time for your business and we're proud of you. And it's nice to know that you guys want to learn and grow because that's kind of the foundation of how Allie and I have built. We want to surround ourselves with women who want to put in the work, who want to elevate themselves and their families. So first off, shout out to all of you. The second thing we're going to go over tonight, if you didn't get a chance to watch the video that was shared in the pods earlier this week, that has to be first on your to-do list this week about the new $99 option, but we will be going through some information about it tonight. That video was just so great from two top partners, and it's only 20 minutes. So make sure you get that in this week. And then we're going to go through storytelling, how we get social and actually implement these things as we're talking about them with you. So, celebration time. Who has something they want to share that they're proud of? Either I want to hear all the things. If you're proud of something of yourself this week, don't be bashful. Like, this is your time to say, this really worked this week. This felt really good this week. Allie and I don't know it unless you guys tell us sometimes. So each and every one of you has something to celebrate from the last week. We'd love to hear it. Rachel, I know Rachel's with a sleeping baby. So she said she's proud she got a chapter in every day this week from her PD. Huge, especially for new moms. It takes time. What else are you guys proud of this week? Or if you want to shout out anyone else that's on the call as well.
Sorry, I was sending the link to Katie. I'm proud of all of you guys show up every single Sunday. Like Megan, Atkinson, Laura, Danielle, and Rachel are on every single call all the time. So good job, guys. Oh, Laura said, I sent a sign up to a girl for the new $99 a month. Yay, good job, Laura. Let me get the dog. Hold on, he's fine.
That's amazing. And if you have anything that went well with that or that you shared well, we'd love to hear it because I think that that's proof that a newer partner is taking this and running with it. That's proof, guys, that this is like simple and easy. What else? What other celebrations? All right, well, I'll do mine. Go ahead, Allie.
No, it's a personal shout out that I didn't kill my mom today when we hung wallpaper in the basement.
Hey, you should be proud of yourselves. I'll give myself a personal shout out that I didn't freak out that it took 5 hours to get my new tires this weekend, but perks of running this business, and I was able to pay for them straight up in cash. So obviously, income disclaimer, Body guarantees no level of income or success, but paying $1,000 for tires is not something I wanted to do as adulting. It's not something I want to spend my money on, but these are the things that I'm grateful that this business gives me extra income to not have to take from my full-time salary to do those things.
Good job, Danielle. And she's been a girl interested in the deal too.
Very awesome.
And I know Megan Wirt is not here, but she also has someone interested, a former partner in the $99 deal, and then someone signing up this month too. So good job, Megan.
All right. So if you want to take a screenshot that you're here.
Can you do that again when I'm not eating?
Yeah, sure. If you haven't already, take your screenshot that you're here while Allie's smiling and pretending she's not eating because you should be celebrating that you're here. on this call and sharing it on social media, because that's what this call is all about, sharing our story. But don't go on and just say, I'm sharing that I went on the team call. We'll talk about it in a minute. You don't need to post it right now. Hit save and then put your phone back down so that we can plug in and pay attention. That is something that is a big trick that I'll tell you from the beginning. I don't post always real time, meaning like you don't have to just take your content immediately on your story the exact time it happens. You can actually stock things up and be a business owner and post it when it works for you during your business time. So, fun fact, just figured I'd throw it in there while we're on this. So, Allie, did you want to kick off your thoughts on this bundle? And then I'll add in anything that spoke to me too. I'm putting her on the spot. So she
no. So at first I was like, no one's going to do this. It's $99 a month. It sounds ludicrous when you can get a whole year for $219, right? But after talking to a number of girls who have been interested before and are interested in this bundle, I've asked them like, well, why this and not the other one? Because they want to try it out first and see if it works for them before they invest double the money. Right? So with this deal, they're getting 30 days to do a 30-day boot camp with you. And if they're done after a month and they don't like it, then they're done. And that's as easy as that. But it's going to hook people in because they're going to get that nutrition resource, the mindset, our community, everything for that first month. And then it just keeps repeating. And the volume for this, you guys, I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but the volume that you earn with this on repeat every month ends up being way more than what you're going to get with someone with a total solution pack, because total solution pack, you make $75 or $79 for a one-time purchase. That's it. People a lot of times will stay on their monthly subscriptions, but not always. With this, you're making 30 something each month when they do it. And so what I've always struggled with is with total solution packs is they're paying you once and they're not obligated to do anything else the rest of the year, right? Like they drop off the face of the earth. Sorry, Cooper's being extra today. But with this, they're paying monthly and they're seeing that renew. So they're going to be more invested, but two, you're getting paid for your hard work too. Like you're not just getting paid once and that's it. You're getting paid month after month. So I love it. I think it's going to be the new normal, honestly. Like I think that it's silly to, unless you have someone who's been a customer who's re-enrolling, I think this is the way to go starting off, unless someone's like, yeah, I want to go for the year, I'm all in, et cetera, et cetera. I think this is the way to start new people.
Yeah, I was also going to say and note that they get 20 servings of Shakeology with this bundle. And we all know what happens is if someone gets a 30 serving bag of Shakeology for a month, what happens? Do they drink it every day when they start out? No. And then what happens? They stop their subscription, they don't need any more, and then they never find the benefit of actually being on Shakeology for a long time. And so this is something that I'm even discussing with like partners and preferred customers that I've been with for a long time. They get excess amount of stuff and then it's like, what do I order with this new pack? What makes the most sense? So it just kind of eliminates that option for them to stop the subscription so that they actually align with the blocks and they really see the results based on having Shakeology 5 days a week for a month, right? The other thing is the way to think about this, because you do have to shift your mindset a little bit, because I know we've been talking about total solution packs for a long, long time. This is actually getting back to the heart and soul of how Body was built, because when this grandma started, every program that launched on DVD, I had my girls pay for. So it was like $60 every time a new program came out. And then they would get shipped the DVD. This is like before we had on demand. So I'm really dating myself here. But it's the same kind of concept. Like you have to pay to be a part of what we're doing. Now that means that you better show up and give them an incredible experience. And I'm not putting pressure on you guys that you have to do this whole extravagant big thing, but it is our opportunity to really, it's kind of what I've been doing with my message pods the past couple of months of like okay, we're all doing this together. So we're all going to commit together and we're going to check in with each other every single day. And if you're in the gut health program, you've seen that. Like I know Allie and Katie, Rachel, Megan, they're all in that. And it just gives us the opportunity to work a little bit more one-on-one with people who actually want to be here and actually want to follow through on something. And when you think about it, it is still a deal. Most people are going to go to Orange Theory and pay $160. I know some people that pay upwards of almost $200 a month to go to just the gym. And I know we talk about this with Total Solution Packs, but it's very difficult in someone's mind to commit to a year of anything. Like what else outside of body have you guys committed to a year or something? I don't know if you can think of anything. Maybe paying your insurance on your car because you have to, right? But like you're still paying a monthly payment for that. I'm still paying a monthly rent. I'm still paying a monthly insurance. So pretty much everything in our life, our TV bills, our energy bills, they're all monthly payments. So it really just is aligning to the shorter term effectiveness of getting people results and keeping them in our community, keeping them excited, keeping them aligned. They can, of course, upgrade, after a month if they want to. But when you break it down, it's not like, I think one of my things that from the beginning, I was like, well, that's like taking value away from them. But it's really not when you break down the price. And I will send in our message pod after this price comparison so you guys can see like how much they're spending over the year for each option. It's actually less expensive to do this. Now, they're not getting 30 servings of Shakeology in this. But again, what I tend to find is most of my challengers are not logging 7 Shakeologies a week. Most of y'all sometimes don't do that. I'm just going to call us out because I know we're all not perfect, right? So if we're not doing it, our challengers are going to be a little bit like step behind unless they're like ultra massive committed person, which is like unicorn every once in a while. But I just wanted to like give y'all permission to know that it's not like we're shysting them in any way. This is actually serving them better to be more aligned to what they need, which is short-term results and of focusing on one thing at a time. Did you guys have any specific questions about this regarding that? Rachel said she talked about her husband and he thinks it's so much more sense to do month to month. We get more commission and they get a similar vibe to a gym membership. It's similar to the health bet. Exactly. You put money in, so you better work that month. You can be the tough love type of coach then. So true.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Like any gym that you're going to get, like not just going to Planet Fitness or something like that, it's going to be $150 or more a month without any supplements. Some do offer that nutrition coaching like Burn does, but I think it's $200 a month, but you're not going to get the supplements on top of it. So it's cheaper for sure than any kind of gym membership. That's like a boutique type gym.
The other business thing I want you guys to think about with this is you get 1 Success Club point with this initial purchase. So if you have a customer I would enroll them as a customer first with the $99 option. You get 1 Success Club point. Say they love it and want to keep going, you can upgrade them to be a partner month 2. They get the 25% off, so it would only be $75 a month plus the $15.95 as being a partner, okay? That means you could get another Success Club point. Or you can upgrade them as a partner or preferred customer. But personally for me, I would advise only enrolling customers or partners, just from a financial standpoint. And we can get into that one-on-one when you guys have questions. But you can earn 1 Success Club point the first month when they make the initial $99 purchase, and then say they love it and they upgrade to partner with a Total Solution Pack, you would get 2 additional Success Club points. So you could get 3 points from one person in 2 months. Pretty nice. Any other questions you guys have with this bundle? I will give you a side-by-side comparison. I think this is going to take a little bit of time, but my advice would be to make a list of everyone that's told you no and go back and connect with them. and say, hey, I'm starting this new group for October. It's going to be a month-long subscription. I'm really excited about it. It's brand new. Would you be interested in trying it and giving me 30 days? It's still going to have the 30-day money back guarantee as well, like everything with Body. So highly recommend doing that. I'm going to make a big list tomorrow and start really following up this week because the month isn't over and we can still hit Success Club. Like, imagine you have 5 customers come in with this week, guys. That's so cool when you think about it. They've all committed to you financially. They all have skin in the game, and it's only 30 days. So they don't have this like big, huge mountain in front of them. They can just focus on one thing and have you there to support them. Cool. All right. So we're going to dive into some of this content now for storytelling. So raise your hand, or if you're on the chat, you can type in the chat. If you are feeling about your social media unmotivated, you may not know what to say or to post, you're tired of personally DMing people, or you don't DM them at all, or feel like you have no idea where to begin and do it consistently since you're pretty busy. Anyone else feel any of those things? Overwhelming to stay consistent, all of the above, yes. Okay, kind of figured that. Could you tell? Sometimes I can get in your brains. See, trying to do batch, hard to stay consistent. I'm reading your mind, Katie. Yeah. So I want you guys to think about, and this was, I will admit, this was kind of hard for me, but it's because I've been taught, and I have taught for so long. You guys have heard on trainings me teach about the 5 things, right? Have 5 things that you're aligned with and can share about and, relate to with people you want to work with. But I want to kind of dumb it down based on some trainings that Allie and I have been doing. And Allie's been really ahead of me on this, so she's going to speak more about it. But what is one thing in your life, I'm not just talking Body, that excites you and solves a problem? So I kind of wrote down what I was thinking about, and like definitely for Allie, you guys have seen it on her social media, helping busy moms eat clean, keeping up with their family and spending time in the kitchen. And one of the things that I'm going to be focusing on is helping or empowering busy professionals to build confidence and consistency in their routines. So it's a little bit more generic, but what is a problem that you've had in your life or you are having that you know how to work through or are working through right now? So I want you guys to kind of think about that as we go through this, because what social media is trending to is always changes, and that can be frustrating sometimes, but we have to stay in the growth mindset and the learning mindset. And this is me humbling myself too. Like, I'm learning right alongside of you guys. I just have 9 years of consistency, but I have felt over the last year or so that it's been harder for me to know what to post to connect with people that I want to connect with. So I'm in the same boat as you. So I'm going to let Allie kind of take over.
So I'm going to go back to the previous slide and talk about kind of how I figured out what to post about. So when Grayson started kindergarten, I was like, well, my avatar, right? Like the person that I'm targeting and the person I want to bring on is a busy mom, ideally a busy working mom with young kids. So I'm already making his lunches every day, and I try to make them fun in bento boxes. So why not post that? Because the people that are going to be looking at that are busy moms or moms in general who need lunch ideas. So that's how this whole thing got started. I watched a Holly Hillier webinar on micro niching and niching down, and that's kind of where the wheels started turning. So I literally picked one single problem, which is so hard because there's so many problems, but it's easy meals for busy moms. And I could micro niche it down even more to like high protein meals for busy moms, but I've not micro niche it down that far yet. But honestly, what I've been doing is the sheet pan recipe guide, and I have like 5 days left, I think. But I'm making dinner every night anyways, right? So it's something I'm already doing, number one. Number two, it's something I enjoy doing. I find I have a passion doing it. Sorry, Cooper is being really annoying. I apologize for his whining and his barking. And so I've just taken that and run with it. So when you're thinking about what you have a problem, right? So like, let's Danielle, for example. I'm gonna put you on the spot because you're the only face I see. Danielle Thurman, what problem are you trying to solve for people that you're bringing on board? What problem have you overcome in your journey with body? Stop, Cooper.
Oh, yes, you do. What is the one problem that you have seen in your transformation?
So are you yo-yo dieting anymore? Are you binge eating? Are you eating fast food all the time? Are you confident? Did you improve your confidence level throughout your whole journey? Okay, making time to work out.
Like,
Okay, so
yours is a specific audience, Danielle, that's different from everyone else, because you know how to speak to them.
right. And so Danielle has, and I'm going to put her on the spot. There's been girls who I've talked to that Danielle's also talked to and never answered me, like had full connections with them, never talked to me, but talked to Danielle because her journey, they were heavier set. And so they saw Danielle's transformation and they're like, well, she's a skinny girl. I don't have anything in common with her. And so that is a huge, huge micro niche that you can focus on. So keep going. Next slide, please. So you're going to focus on one thing that you can bring value to your followers and build a customer base. Currently, I'm doing the sheet pan recipe guide. Starting at the end of the week, I'm switching to high protein pumpkin sweet treats or sweet swaps. And that is what my customers want to see, right? So I'm going to give you guys some data, which has been blowing my mind. Since I've started, I just pulled it up. Since I've started this sheet pan recipe guide, so in the last 14 days, my following on social media, and it's all my target audience, I look at everyone's profiles and they add me or follow me. I have gained 378 new followers in 14 days. My real view guide, like views, has gone up probably double. Some of them even more than that. The nice thing is about it is I'm already making the video once. So I started posting it to TikTok and to Facebook. So I'm hitting 3 platforms, but you don't have to do this. I'm hitting 3 platforms with one video. So my reach is even farther. Again, it's something that I enjoy doing. And so I'm making those connections. The other thing that I'm doing that's a big one, and this is what I learned from Holly Hillier, is I took my sheet pan recipes and I put them on a Canva. So I've already typed all that up. So when someone comments quick on my reel, I have a thing called mini chat set up and it automatically messages them, asks for their email, and then emails them my sheet pan recipe guide. So I already have the person's email in my email marketing system for later. Yeah, so Danielle was my guinea pig. So I was like, I don't know if it's working on this video. So she tried the mini chat thing is what she's saying. So I'm giving away something valuable. That's my freebie, my sheet pan recipe guide. And I'm adding a crap load of value to these people's lives, right? I'm giving them easy recipes for them to use with for their family. Rachel, I can walk you through it. It's not difficult. It took me a second, but it's not hard. It's basically you have to put in keywords. When they comment the keyword, it automatically messages them, so you don't have to do it. Because I got tired of sending messages out. But anyways.
Yeah, I think that's a whole nother
It's a whole, it's difficult and it's more higher level, I would say, but we can talk about it later, Rachel, and I'll help you figure it out.
I
Do
think
you want to talk about your customer base, Danielle, about your part?
yeah, I mean, this is something I'm still figuring out because you guys are probably listening to Allie and your mind's like exploding a little bit right now. Because I know mine is. So if mine is, like yours must be. But the whole thing about it is, I know Allie and I both did the mompreneur training this past week, and I think Megan did, and a couple others. And so it kind of opened our eyes as to like what is really transitioning in social media, and that Allie had already been implementing this based on, you know, a training she did, which is props to her because trainings are only valuable if we implement them. So like there's no point in you guys being on the team call tonight if you're not going to take anything from this call and actually do something with it. So my task to all of you is to schedule a call with your partner and figure out what that one thing is so that you can build a plan to have value. That's step one. Like all the things Allie shared are awesome, but you're never going to get there unless we like figure out what is the one thing and how can you provide value. And it's going to be something that evolves over time. Like Allie's done a couple things, like she was doing desserts for a while. Now she's doing the sheet pans. So I wanted to make sure that that was, she was doing lunches for the boys. Like it can shift within the problem that you're solving, right? So for me, I'm focusing on mindset because I think that that's such a big thing with the women that I work with. And I'm figuring out what is my freebie. I haven't created it yet. I haven't created the email system yet or any of those things. You just have to start somewhere, right? I can't get to the level that I want to be without starting to give the value. So I've started to look at my social media as like mindset every single day. And I will create my freebie around that mindset. But also behind the scenes, I'm really digging into our mindset tools that we're using so that I can start the creative juices on how to provide the freebie and connect. Does that make sense? So like maybe yours is fitness, Laura, and that's great. So you're going to start providing small little hacks on how busy moms get things done with their fitness or tips and tricks on how to make it efficient. And like then that goes into all like you can brainstorm with your coach on this, right? I'm not going to take all this call to do that, but it takes a business mindset to implement these things if you want it to produce the results you have wanted. Now, Allie, I'm sure you will say this, like how many months have you been implementing this?
Yeah, so I started, Rachel, with kids crafts and kids activities 9-10 months ago probably, and then it was just too much time for me. Like I just wasn't into it, and so I stopped it. I wasn't getting the traction that I wanted, as my goal all along has been to grow my Instagram, and so I was trying to find something in that realm with children, with health, with whatever. But yeah, I mean, I've been trying, this has been a very big trial and error, and I never expected with the sheet pan thing to take off like it has, to be honest. Like I just tried it, I figured it was helpful, it added value, and it targeted my perfect customer and client. So
well, and the one thing I want to add to this is we're purely talking about posts. So in your stories, you should still be sharing the little pieces of the things that touch all the 5 things we've kind of been studying before. And that's something I continue to push Allie on. Like you should still have your recognition in your stories. You should still be sharing your glow juice in your stories and what workout you're doing. You should still be sharing your reading and the fun things that your dogs or your kids do, you know, stupid little like whatever you're doing this weekend. The personal life stuff people connect with you should be on your stories, but we're going to shift the posts to be very intentional so that when people come to your page, they know what they're getting. They're not coming to like your picture of your dog. They're coming to get something of value.
and I think we talk about this a little bit later in a couple slides, but the other thing that's huge about this is, again, I feel like I'm always talking about the algorithm, but if you post about your dog, a wedding you went to, the pumpkin patch, food you ate, Instagram doesn't know where to send your stuff, like who to push it to. So Instagram's like, she's a hot mess. I'm not going to send it to anybody. I'm just going to keep it here. Her friends can see it, etc. But when you focus on something like the sheet pan recipes guide or healthy recipes for busy moms, that Instagram's like, oh, Great. I can push it to busy moms who need healthy recipes, who are searching for that. There's lots of AI bots and things in the Instagram world that help you out. Like hashtags aren't really as valuable anymore because the algorithm does it all for us. So you may take number one, or you want to take number one?
Go for it.
So the important thing is once you find your whatever it is to add value is consistently posting and targeting your target audience. It doesn't have to be every single day. It does not need to be 7 days a week. I'm doing 5 days a week. It's what works for me. But if you want 4 days a week, that's fine, because your followers are going to start to expect it and expect you to post X amount of days a week and go to your profile to look for them. Like I have people be like, where's your recipe for today on Saturday? Because I don't post on Saturday and Sunday. So pick something and stick to it. But adding to your stories, like Danielle said, every single day throughout the day. Like you should be sharing your glow juice, share your workout, share your kids doing stupid, funny things. That's all well and good, because your story is like your
Behind
running
yeah.
what you're
Like
running
behind
biography. Like it's your real, a peek into your real life, and that's how you're going to connect with people who are looking at your stories of new followers you've gained from your value.
Keep it moving because I know we're
Yeah.
um
You can go ahead.
So one thing that I wanted to bring up, so schedule a call with your partner, let them help you niche down and figure out what that looks like. Cause it's going to be hard for you guys. You guys are used to, like I said, I'm transitioning my mindset too, and like figuring this out, but it has to be something that excites you and that solves, like, you're helping people. That's why we're all here in the first place. You guys always say, well, I just want to help people. Well, this is how we help people. We connect with the people we want to work with on one thing. Like, we're making it super simple for you guys. But one of the tips that I think we don't always share, and something that Allie and I do regularly, is when we're making a post, we spend 5 minutes before we make the post and interact on social media. And I typically spend like 10 minutes actually after my posts and interact on stories and posts and stuff, just so that Instagram knows you're being social and you expect people to be social back. And then the other thing, this goes back to what you're posting in your stories, like you guys should be using polls regularly, asking questions, using stickers, posting links. Those sorts of things are showing Instagram that you are being social there. And it also is a way for you to get feedback from people. So like when Allie posts her sheet pan recipe, she can ask which, like I saw her do it the other day, which recipe do you want to see this weekend? And she gave them 3 options. Now in her mind, she probably already has, like, this is what I'm going to post on Saturday, and she doesn't really care. I do this with outfits. Like, I don't really care what people think of what outfit I post, but I'm going to give them the option because it allows them to be part of my journey and like get to know me and be part of that experience. Does that make sense? So those are really important as you guys are using social media behind the scenes. And I would say if you haven't figured out your niche yet and like you haven't been posting on social media at all, the place to start is in your stories. Just start tomorrow and make 5 stories go up. I have this challenge with Katie all the time, and I tell her she's not allowed to have I think she dropped off the call, but she's not allowed to have just reshared stories of everybody else. So like when Danielle and Allie and Rachel tag me on Glow Juice, sometimes I don't always reshare your guys' stuff because I don't want my stories to just be everybody else's stories, right? I want it to be me and my voice. And it's nothing like personally against you guys. I want to share your Glow Juice, so don't stop tagging me. But it's important for your story to be at the forefront to connect to your people. And sometimes there's things that like Allie might post on her Glow Juice that don't resonate with my community. So I love her, but I'm not going to reshare it. Does that make sense? So I think that's important to think about. And that is a great place to start for new partners or someone getting back on the game. Like make it a non-negotiable tomorrow. You're not allowed to go to sleep unless you have 5 stories up that have something to do with your life, because it doesn't have to be this like magical thought out posts of figuring out your niche tomorrow. It just needs to be something on your stories tomorrow. Does that make sense?
And sidebar, Megan Wirtz, Indiana Bones has been the topic of conversation on a lot of my Instagram conversations lately. So don't be afraid to get creative with your glow
What she
juice.
means, if you haven't seen it, she's been tagging her glow juice with a skeleton in different positions in the back, which I love because it's creative, it's fun, it opens conversation, and it aligns to the season that we're in. So something so silly and stupid creates connection. And that's what I'm saying. Like, just start somewhere. Make your glow juice every day a funny kid's toy in the background, or like your favorite pumpkin that you started painting, or something, like that. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but those are the things that people start following and want to see every day now. What is she doing with her skeleton? So silly. But eventually they're going to ask, what is this glow juice thing in the skeleton story? Make sense? All right. We kind of went over some of this, but go ahead, Allie. You want to talk about stocking up content?
Yeah. So number one, I've already made 3 of my pumpkin recipes this past week. Like I don't always make my stuff the day that you're seeing it. I make it ahead of time. And the nice thing is, like, I don't always feel like making something, right? So I can always do like a reel of three of my 3 high protein sheet pan recipes and reuse my content that I've already made. I don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? Like my oats, I used to post overnight oats recipes all the time. I'm going to reuse those here in a little bit. But this is embarrassing, slightly embarrassing. I looked today and I have 30,000 videos and pictures on my phone. 30,000, because when we go on all these trips and everywhere else, Danielle takes a bunch of pictures, and basically that's to use later on. Pictures, videos, all of these pictures that you've seen in the slideshow today were taken from a various number of trips we've been on, because you have to be intentional and be smart about what you want to use in the future. So, but I also, because I like this Be Real trend on Instagram, Danielle, I videoed myself like playing with the kids. I got the Success Club confetti the other day, and Grayson and I popped it outside and I videoed it. I'm not using it right away, but I have it in a folder of like excited kids moments, Be Real, so I can use it later on with words over it as a reel. So I am not the most organized with my content on my phone, but I know it's there. And so I know where to find it when I want it. But yeah, I video at least 3 different videos a day, like myself getting ready sometimes, my kids being silly, me playing with my kids, us running around outside, the kids playing together, etc. You can never have too many videos saved to use later on, but you can always not have enough. Does that make sense? Like, you always need the content, and you're not going to regret videoing it even if you delete it later, but it's nice to have.
And I think for all of you guys, Allie has been the girl that has literally used to come to me every day saying, I don't know what to post. And I think it's really cool now that she's teaching me things that I don't know. And it's cool to see that leadership level up. And it's just proof that everybody has different strengths and things to work on in this team. And these calls are a continuous way for you guys to learn. And honestly, looking at social media as a place to be creative and fun, and know that one post isn't going to get you to Success Club, right? All these things aren't like, it's not like Allie's hitting SC 100 now. But I think the thing that is happening in her business, and we've seen it, is she's working towards rank advancing, and she's connecting with more quality people that stay. And that I have seen her business transition to in implementing this strategy. So if you go into this with like, well, I'm going to post for a month and then I'm going to give up, it's not going to work. She's transitioned her mindset and her social media to a business way. And she's done it while having crazy kids and she'll tell you, like, not always being consistent with her business and stuff, but she's committed to this strategy. And I do think that it showed in her team and her business. So we're going to be continuing to have mentorship calls like this and share the things that we're doing. But I'm going to be learning right with you guys because it's a whole different way of thinking than what I've been teaching and hard for me too. So I would encourage you to continue to ask questions, share things that you like in the pods or have questions about, and just start trying. So tomorrow, I expect at least 5 stories up from each of you. And if you're used to doing that, someone like Rachel, I want to see a reel that is going to start aligning with the niche that you're thinking about. And maybe that is starting to write your idea of a niche that you can start giving value on in the pod. So we can start thinking about that a little bit. But wherever you're at with your social media this week, let's start to take the next step. So if you haven't been posting your stories, tomorrow you're going to get 5 stories in. It's super duper simple. If you've been posting on social media regularly, it's time to connect with your coach and start coming up with your niche. Deal?
I'm going to give one more example real quick because I thought of it. Brittany Martin, who's on the call, has a like 9 or 10-month-old, I think, and she posts reels of herself making baby food. She's already making baby food. She's connecting with new moms who are also trying to make baby food, right? So it aligns with her niche, and she's already doing it. So just another example to kind of, you don't have to be a wizard in the kitchen or like cook a bunch of stuff like that. Don't do that if that's not what you like. Like I enjoy it, like I said, so that's why I do it. But if you don't like it, don't do it. Don't do what I do.
Yeah, that is not going to be me. You will not see recipes from me because I am the most boring person ever. But that's the beautiful thing. It can be something for everyone. Do you guys have any questions? I know we went a little longer tonight. Yeah, Laura, how to clean your house efficiently.
Or even Laura, I was thinking like five exercise, 5 lower body exercises that you can get done in 15 minutes, or while you can get done with your kids playing outside, right? Like that's going to align with your niche. It's a tip. You want to add, I can't express enough. You want to be sick of adding value to your social media. Like that's the whole goal, is you want to add value, add value, add value. So people go to you, and now people come to my page and say, oh, she has easy, healthy recipes that I can make for my family. So you want to be the go-to person for whatever you're focusing on. And I will send you guys the Holly Hillier
Yes, let's do that.
thing that she did. It's very helpful. Like that definitely helped me narrow down a lot. And what got my wheels turning. So I will share that tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here. I'm excited for the last week of September, and let's go share the ish out of the Rebel Pack. Follow up, and we'll figure out the niche as we go. All right, guys, we'll see you in the morning.